And we really wanted to tell us about this concept where you have this thought leadership platform and you give free content out to people.
Yeah. So my thing is that I get asked almost every single week, do you do coaching, or can you coach me, or can you be my mentor, things like that. And I really don't like coaching. Not that I don't like having a coach. Like, I have several coaches and mentors that I actually work with. I have two of them right now, one from the business side and one from the real estate side. But for me, being a coach and a consultant, I just don't have the personality for it, I guess, because I just really don't like it. And so I never really wanted to do a paid coaching program like that. There's plenty of them out there. Actually, as a matter of fact, because of COVID, there's been so many more that have come out. And so you have to be even more selective on who you find when it comes to actually hiring a consultant or a coach. But I was sitting down and I was trying to come up with a way for us to be able to expand in the multifamily space. And I think it was actually it was a podcast that I was listening to, a very popular one they call it the Entrepreneurs on Fire, and he has this Fire Nation, right? And so I was like, how could I play off of that nation type thing? And I came up with Multifamily Investor Nation. And just to be safe, I also registered Apartment Investor Nation, so somebody couldn't like knock it off with a different term or whatever. So I registered that as well, but decided to start to grow it with the meetup groups first. That's how I originally started, was with the meetup groups, and started to find co-organizers in the various cities. And, right now we have about, I think 54 now, a couple of groups in Canada now, but most of them are here in the States, getting ready to have one open up in the UK as well. And so that allowed me to be able to have the audience. And then we started the Multifamily Investor Nation Summit, which we have that coming up, which I know you're going to be at. Having that next month, right, in January. But we're not doing that virtually just because of COVID. That's actually, we were the very first group that did a live virtual conference for multifamily. Everybody else was doing them in person. And so we decided to do it virtually to kind of be different and stand outside of the crowd a little bit. And we'll usually have between about 500 to 800 people, active investors that come to that event every single January and June. And so this is the 5th time that we've done it. And so that was another way for us to kind of get in front of everybody. And then we do the weekly webinars like you're talking about. And the weekly webinars were really kind of an outlet for me for the knowledge that I was gaining, to be able to kind of teach it. Because the more you can teach something, the more you'll absolutely understand it and absorb it. And so I started doing those weekly webinars. And the purpose of the weekly webinars is actually as a lead generation tool for us at passiveinvesting.com. Because what we realized is that there's a lot of people that think that they want to be an active apartment investor, right? And so they're active out there, they're doing research, they're having knowledge, or they're trying to gain knowledge on how to do apartment syndication, how to be an apartment investor. And we can teach them that, right? I can teach them all the steps from A to Z on how to do it. But then a lot of times when they get into it, they're like, holy crap, this is a lot of work, right? I don't want to have to do all this stuff. And so they're like, here, Dan, you take my money, you do it. Right. So that's a great benefit. And then I also have a lot of people that are active that still come to the webinars that want to learn from us, because we, like you said, we do open it up, right? We open up the whole book and say, hey, here's exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, the issues that come up, and the things that we think are important for you to focus on. And we share all that in those weekly webinars. And we have active investors now that have a self-directed retirement account. Like in the States, we have the IRA and the 401k that if they self-direct it, they can't invest it inside of their own property, but they can invest it in somebody else's property, right? And so I have a lot of well-known syndicators that actually come to us because of our thought leadership platform and our credibility, and they want to invest alongside us inside of our properties. And so they can now use their self-directed retirement accounts to invest alongside us. And so that's what allows us to kind of create that lead generation tool. And, just to give you some idea, right now on a low month, we use a software called Active Campaign to manage our leads that come in off of our website, our investor leads. And on a low month, we'll have between about maybe 80 or 90 new leads coming in every single month. On a good month, or a really good month, it'll be like 170, 180. I actually just looked at it this morning, and in the last 30 days, we've had 105. So a lot of the results that we're achieving is from all of that efforts of promoting and doing the podcast and the YouTube and the meetup and in the weekly webinars. I just kind of create that consistency to be able to create new leads that are coming in.